And I'll tell you as soon as we're live in stream.
Cool.
It
You starting
technically-
today? You starting this week, or am I starting this week?
I like your starts. You're so good.
All right.
I'm such a noob.
Me too. I just have to script everything.
But it's good. It's good. It's good to script things. Let's see if my screen will refresh and make this live. We're live.
All right. So does my co-host appears back on the
Sorry,
screen.
I was hitting the button. I had to hit buttons.
All right, we're gonna do this.
We're live.
All right. Welcome to episode 2 of Mothers of Geeks, your geek mom podcast. So this week we're going to go ahead and discuss something near and dear to our hearts, virtual gaming. But before that, let's go ahead and talk about how we've geeked and what we've done this week. Ms. Trey?
So this week, I actually had geeky fun at a tattoo parlor. So my bestie Dana went to go get a nice cover-up done. And they're not done yet, but her artist is a total geeky nerd, which is awesome. And we ended up talking about everything, like the podcasting, all the shows we run, all the shows we watch, Dungeons and Dragons, Princess Mononoke, Suicide Squad. We did a very in-depth analysis of Suicide Squad. And what else did we talk about? Oh, and of course the best, starting live D&D groups. And I was like, oh, I love to hear about these sort of things. So good fodder for tonight. But it was neat to branch out to find more nerds in the area. Because let's be real here. It's hard to find nerds you can get along with close to home.
Yes, very much so.
Because there's nerds.
There's nerds.
Everywhere. We're abundant.
And we're more abundant than we used to be.
Yes. Yes. But there's more jerky nerds.
Right. Jerds?
Jerds.
Jerds.
So jerds are abound.
Yes.
And they harass you about the stupidest things. And when you're a girl, it's really hard to talk to them.
Because they assume that you don't know what you're talking about. So one day, wow, we're tanging already. I went into a comic book store to get dice, and this was one of my many, many attempts to play World of Darkness.
Oh.
I have many, many failed attempts, as we well know. And I'm like, I need, about 10-sided dice.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, dice come in packs of 7. So you would need a lot of these to get 10-sided dice. I'm like, I've been gaming longer than you've been alive.
Oh, no, you haven't.
I'm very well aware of exactly how dice are packaged, and I'll be going somewhere else.
You're like, no, thank you.
No, I'm not going to buy 10 packages of, buy 10 things of dice to get 10-siders.
It's one of those things, like, and you can walk into a shop and have the greatest experience, and you can have the worst. It just, honestly, it depends who's there and what kind of mood they're in. And if they want to argue with you about which is better, Aliens versus Predators, Aliens. And
you will cut a bitch.
I have, almost. But, like, it's what happens, and you're just so used to it. You're just like, well, whatever,
Yeah.
But it's also like that at tattoo shops. You can walk in, and, like, mine are kind of present, but if you don't look, you don't notice them all.
Right.
I can hide them, and I have gotten looks in there, in tattoo places, like, what is she doing here in her work clothes? You don't belong here.
Yeah.
Please.
Then they take a look at you and see, if there's, any visible ink that's kind of popping through stuff and,
it's
a piercing here or there.
It's the same thing, though. Like, it's, shop versus shop.
Yeah.
I have more trouble, though, at geeky shops than I do anywhere else.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Mage? Tell me, how long have you played? Did you play it since first edition? Because if you haven't played since first edition.
Right.
You've never played. So what about you? What geeky stuff have you done?
Well, amazing that you mentioned tattoos. Here is the start of my...
It's so gorgeous. It is so gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it. It's like way bigger and more intricate than I expected it to be, and it's going to be a 5-hour job, and I don't care because it's gorgeous.
It's worth it too.
It is definitely. And my tattoo artist Joe, who I adore, is a huge nerd as well. The first time we went in, and I was getting my chaos symbol in the gear, we watched 2 episodes of Firefly, and he had never watched Firefly. He had heard of it, but he never watched it.
Right.
So he was like, wow, that's really good. I enjoy it. And that was a May tattoo. And then went in for my birthday tattoo a few months later, and he's like, so I watched Firefly, and I really, really enjoyed it. And so the birthday tattoo that year, we watched Children of Blood. So we watched the Doctor Who 2-parter with 10.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's such a good episode.
I've seen that one.
Yeah. So we watched that while he was tattooing me.
That's awesome.
And then last year, he got a bootleg copy of Suicide Squad for us to watch while he was tattooing me, and then we geeked over hot steampunk models while he was working. And this year we were discussing really bad adaptations of comic books.
Oh, who doesn't love that?
Right. So I was bitching about the Constantine movie, and then we were talking about it compared to the TV show, and
those are always fun things to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were talking about, or not even just comic books, but like when you love something and it's a really bad adaptation. Like one of my favorite kids' books is The Dark is Rising, but there was a movie made of it that should be good, but it wasn't, and I wouldn't even touch it because it was just supposed to be that bad.
Ugh.
So yeah, that was our geeky conversation this week, or this tattoo session, which was fun. Then I had to cut the tattoo session short because my best friend got us tickets for Postmodern Jukebox for my birthday.
But it was worth it.
So it was worth it. No, I was like, we gotta go. We have something at 7:30.
So can you wrap it up?
Yeah, no, and he was good with it because tattoos never start on time, which is fine.
They never last the right time.
Yeah, if it's a 2-hour appointment, it's gonna be 4 just because.
That's
you're
how it
setting
works.
up and talking. Yeah, exactly. So that was part of my geekiness this week. Other really cool geeky thing is what I'm recording on.
Your beautiful laptop. I'm so jealous of it.
So so my husband got me. Well, it came out of the family fund because it's all family fund. But I got a new laptop for my birthday.
Because it was your birthday. Happy birthday.
I'm old. But it's great because I can now come upstairs to podcast and to play D&D, and I don't have to work. Was that the kid or the cat?
That was Remy, who's watching. I don't even, no clue. No clue what she's watching. Oops. Oh, well.
It's child appropriate, I'm certain.
Yeah. It's like YouTube something.
Oh, that I understand.
Yeah, something YouTube-y.
So I have a laptop so I can hang out with you people.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah, laptops are great. I really do.
And it'd be nice if I can, if I'm not sitting in front of the computer, if I want to work on book stuff, or if I want to work on a character sheet, or if I want to work on a 17-page backstory, or
like your normal pages of backstories.
Honey only had 2.
I'm very proud of you for that.
I know. Well, Hayes had 18, so.
Poor Drew.
I know. And I'm always like, I'll give you a synopsis. You don't need to read the whole thing. But if you do, there's stuff in there to use.
You should.
Right.
But it's always fun to be able to do that, to develop your character so much that you can flash back to a time when they're 5 years old and know what happened to them. It's neat.
Well, my thought is, as a gamer, is it's up to the DM and me as a player to decide who the character is going to be. Mm-hmm. But it's my job as a player to know who they've been.
Correct. I agree.
So that way, that's why you understand what's going to resonate to them, why they might react that way. If Safari actually calls Hades an abomination, like he, likes to call her in chat, how she's going to go off on him, stuff like that.
Well, stuff like that. And it's stuff that makes sense because you're like, I would be mad about that as my character, not as me. I don't care. But as my character, I'm going to throw it at you.
Right, because of this, and this. Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't wait till level 16.
I'm going to punch you.
I'm going to make a thrall. Anyway.
That's amazing. I didn't know you could do that.
Level 16, it is a power and It's not. I want to say there's actually no save on it.
We're gonna have a Safari Thrall, and it's amazing.
Maybe he'll learn to watch his mouth by then.
Okay. That's saying any of the boys in our group can watch their mouths.
No. Yeah, so there's no save. I have to roll against something, but there's no save on their part.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. So, but I have to roll. There's a difficulty, but yeah, there's no save, and I'll be asking for advantage.
Okay. I was gonna say you could use your advantage.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you have a spell that can give me advantage. Would you mind using that?
Yeah. I'm just gonna give you this advantage, and
Don't tell me what you do with it.
that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to tell me. I mean, I'm a good character, so I probably wouldn't want you to make him a thrall. No, I probably would. By then, I'm
probably.
good. By then, I'm
Yeah,
good. I'm
yeah.
good. I'll be set. I mean, because we're level 13 now,
We are.
which is really exciting.
I took plane shift.
Did you?
I did. I traveled to other planes.
That's so cool.
I think we're gonna need it.
More than likely.
Starting with tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, but I'm not looking forward to tomorrow night.
Like, there's things I'm like, this is gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
But then there's things I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. We're gonna be able to do this and this and this. And Addie's happy because she is a cleric and she's in celestial realms. Like,
And there's a library.
that's all she really cares about.
Maybe while you guys go and look in the magic water, I'll go look in the library.
Yeah, you're not allowed to look in the magic water, are you?
Not if I want to have my powers.
Can we circumvent and get you new powers?
Yeah, I'm gonna need those to fight Eldrazi.
True, because I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that dude anymore. I was so for Eldrazi.
Right. No, we got conned. So anybody listening and who doesn't listen to our D&D game, we got conned. We got conned bad.
It hurt.
Now, I can imagine.
People died.
Yeah.
Like, it was really traumatic.
It's like sometimes, so we found out that sometimes lawful good is a little too awful good.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And none of us, I mean, I was getting a feeling that he was turning something. Like something was happening. And
there was all these, we need to do balance and this and that. And do you know who you're working for? And yeah.
And I was like, oh, I believe he's good because why would I not trust
We've
him?
worked with the guy for a while. He gives us great magic. We have a noble cause.
Free food.
Free understanding of the dragon language. Resistance to fire. What's not to love?
Right? And then that backstabbing son of a bitch. I think I just sat there like dumbfounded, like
what? Huh, what?
How do I quantify this?
It's the D&D equivalent of Luke, I am your father. What the hell just happened?
Yeah. But remember, you shouldn't do deals with the dragon.
Nope. Over and over.
Learn my lesson. Sure showed me.
By the way, 0.600. Anyways.
Woo.
All right, so that's how we geek this week. Any fun geeky kid stories? Any fun stuff you've done with the Munchkins lately? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting ready for school here.
Yeah.
So, first grade and preschool. So, we're, growing up. And it's kind of sad, but I don't know.
We are. I did so Rise in high school, and they're reading Pride and Prejudice, and I told her when she's done with that, she can read Pride and Prejudice and Zombies if she likes.
Which is a way better version than Pride and Prejudice.
Way better version, right?
I remember like high school, the books were awful.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some that were good. I won't deny that. But if I had to read Great Expectations one more time, I was going to kill somebody. I was on the verge.
And the thing is, like, when you have to read it, you're like, oh my God, you're killing me.
Yeah.
Like, we had to read Les Miserables in freshman year.
Yes.
And I absolutely friggin' it. It wasn't even the abridged. It wasn't even the full 96 pages of Waterloo.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I never finished it. And then, like, in college, I discovered the musical, and then I read the full unabridged just for the hell of it.
Yeah. And you were like, this is great. What was I thinking?
Great. But there's a difference between, freshman and 20 years old.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, Lord of the Flies, I despised.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Hated it.
You get to relive all the awful books you read in high school when you have kids.
It's gonna be so much fun. I was like,
Yeah.
don't read that one. I'll tell you what happens.
Here,
Nothing.
here. This is the internet age. Here's where you can find the cliff notes and
And trust me, it's worth it.
and we'll watch the movie so you kind of get the general atmosphere of it. And yeah.
Like the only ones I want her to read are like 1984. Like that was
They read
me,
that.
a groundbreaking novel.
Yeah.
Like that meant so much to me.
Yeah. So they read last year 1984 and Fahrenheit 451. So it was getting them ready for the modern millennium, the modern times.
They should read Handmaid's Tale next because
They should. Yeah.
The Circle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just recently read that this year to prep for the show. I never read it before. And very good.
I haven't. I need to.
It's very, very good. I audibled it because I audibled pretty much everything, but very, very good.
You can do that while you're driving and working and
yeah. But
I don't know. I don't know why you have to do that. It's not like you don't do 10 million things
at once
and work and wrangle children
and pack lunches and cook dinner. Yeah. Moms are fun.
Moms are fun and sleep. Oh no,
I don't do
sleeping.
That. I cut that out.
No.
That was the first thing I got rid of.
Well, I highly suggest taking that light sleeper merit where you only have to sleep 4 hours.
It's the best merit.
It's the best merit.
It works. For like 3 days, and then you just.
This is why we run on lipstick, caffeine, and sarcasm.
Or else I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I will say I started really working out again. So like, and eating well. It'll be so. I've not gone over my calories. I've been within my macros the whole week. It is Thursday, and I have not broken.
That's because I've been doing all the bad eating for you.
What was your birthday? You're allowed to bad eat on your birthday.
Monday was nachos at the ballpark. They were small, and they, of course, had no meat on them. Tuesday was my actual birthday, and there was ironic lemon bars and chocolate chip cookies and carrot cake and...
Delicious heaven.
Yeah. Yesterday I was good. Chicken salad Veronique.
See?
Tonight's buttered chicken. Tomorrow will probably be just burgers without a bun because I don't do buns. And then brunch on Saturday and dinner with the in-laws on Saturday and brunch on Sunday. Yeah, Monday I'll start being good.
Hey, you need to start on Mondays. Starting midweek doesn't work.
Does not work. Yeah, you're talking about, I'm being good this week. I'm like, yeah, I'll support you. Then I'll join you on Wednesday. And no.
No, you definitely have to help me on Monday, though, because by next week I'll be like, cookies,
yeah,
brownies, help, send.
And then I'll just send you recipes for them. Just kidding.
Send carbs.
I love carbs.
All the carbs.
All right. So, any other
generals? Nah.
General? Oh, today, I'm fairly certain, is my 40th anniversary of being a geek.
That's monumental.
And it's kind of cool because when you actually have the defining moment of your life, because I remember, and I looked it up, my 5th birthday was on a Monday.
Okay.
I remember the Wednesday after my birthday, my mom picked me up from daycare, and we went and saw Star Wars.
And that's like everything.
So I went into that theater like a normal 5-year-old. I liked normal 5-year-old stuff. And I walked out wanting to be a rebel pilot.
And some things never change.
Exactly. So yeah, today, and I was fairly certain it's a Wednesday. No, my mother never responded. Like, did we go to, she's not going to remember 40 years ago went to Star Wars on a Wednesday.
She might.
So yeah, she might. So 40 years ago today, I became a geek.
Welcome to the geekdom. Anniversary.
Geekiversary.
The Geekiversary. That's so great.
Yeah.
Quit itching.
Oh, frack. It's actually not that bad. I've gotten through the peeling stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst stage. It gets everywhere. It like sticks to your clothes and you're like...
You're like, oh, look, I have really pretty colored skin flecks.
Yeah. I like when you like sleep at night, I always wear like something to cover it just because I don't want it like in my bed sweat. Because you sweat at night. It's gross. I don't want that in a wound. Because that's what tattoos are. Like, let's be real.
It's a long scratch.
And I take like a shirt off in the morning and it's just like covered in like black, icky, disgusting. And you're like, ugh, get it away.
Yeah.
Peel the flesh off.
Not cute.
No, there's a moment where it's really gross.
Yeah.
But
but then and then it heals, and then it's beautiful and amazing. And if you take care of it, the color stays vibrant
forever.
And that's why we don't go out in the sun, and we like parasols.
That's why I'm pale.
Mm-hmm.
This is
yep.
makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's makeup here. It makes me look somewhat human.
Mm-hmm. There is a sunblock level pale girl tattoos.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And when we take the kids to our surprise that we haven't told them about on Saturday, I'm going to be lathered. Just put it all over me.
Get a hat.
I do need a hat.
And a parasol.
I need to get one.
There's a Target on the way from your house to where you're going.
Oh, there is, yes.
Go get they have some lovely sun hats. Go get one.
Then I hide the hair.
The hair is awesome. But if you hide the hair, it fades less.
True. That is a bitch. See?
Yeah.
This is tips, ladies. Tips. Parasols and
hats.
Sunscreen.
Yeah. Very important. All right. So, shall we get to the news?
Let's get to the news.
So, I'm wondering if we should follow up on last week's story first.
I think we should, because that makes me laugh.
It's hilarious. So, last week we reported on how the hackers held HBO for ransom and released some leaks about Game of Thrones 2 weeks ago. Well, HBO did it to themselves this last week, and they accidentally leaked episode 6.
Isn't that crazy? Do you think that was a big, I don't know, F you?
No, I don't think so. But I do wonder if part of it was on purpose. Because I know that you ignored the spoiler conversation that was in chat today, which is why I redirected it to myself. Said, I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So the hard thing to know is if people are actually responding to what they saw with the leak, or if they're just trying to troll people.
Right.
But if half of what they said is true, it's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. I also want to say, speaking of Game of Thrones, and Sam missed his history check really badly on that last episode.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Gilly's trying to tell him something.
Oh, I know. But he's just he just mansplained all over her.
Then it's like, you're what? You just missed your history check and your perception check and your all of it.
My favorite meme was I hate Wizard College. That's what he's thinking about right now. And she's over there explaining the world, and he's like, Wizard College is so hard. I have to clean poop out of the pans.
Just so this here says something about annulment. What is that? Yeah. That was great. So really fascinating. Yeah, HBO leaked themselves, and I think it was something about I think HBO in Spain, where it was leaked. And it wasn't up very long. However, nerds on the internet.
Yes. Now it's everywhere, and I've avoided it.
You have, which is why
I have theories. I have very good theories, and I hope they come true. We
really should do a theory cast as we get to the last part of the season.
We should. Not Matt can't come. I love you, Matt, but seriously, you're not invited. I mean, I guess if you could come if you want. But you can't talk about books at all.
Indignant. He can look indignant.
If he goes, when I read the book, I hang up on him. I go to Skype and I hit
wait.
In the book on page 375, paragraph 2, section 1.
He does not listen to podcasts. He will to this one.
He will, because I'll be like, hey, Matt, listen to this.
No, we do, however, speaking of a spoiler cast type thing, we do want to do so the last 2 years before the night for the movies have come out, we've actually had a spoiler conversation where we throw our final theories at the wall and see what sticks.
That should be a good one.
So even before we started doing this, I'm like, Matt, we just need to record that shit.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I if anybody wants to do one with me in Alien, I'm here. I'm here all week. Like, I will
Yeah.
talk about aliens for 3.5 years.
For days.
For days. For days. So
Right.
I'm up for theory crafting that. I'd be the worst Star Wars theory crafter. I'd be like, I've only seen the movies, so Jar Jar is a Darth.
Yeah, that's the stuff throughout in chat just to annoy us. 0.600 people, 0.600. Anyways. All right, so news. Do you want the first one or the second one?
So we should build this in with our discussion because I think it's prevalent to.
It is.
So we can start with the first one because that's more your realm, and I'll do the second one.
Awesome. All right, so not only did I turn the ripe old age of 29 again this year,
beauty, what a beauty.
Week, but let me actually grab the article on it. So, Wizards of the Coast, yes, actually released D&D Beyond, which is it's a tool that you can get through the Curse client, which is the official digital tool set for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. So basically, you can now get your books. You can somehow find somebody that has PDFs. We would never use that.
Ever.
They have new digital but what Curse launched was a new digital companion web app, which looks to enhance the D&D experience by making management easier and putting all the information into one place.
We just got a subscriber. I'm sorry.
Woo!
Thank you for the sub. We love you. First ever. Monumental. Yes. During D&D, so it's like perfect.
It is definitely. We just rolled a 20 on that baby. All right. So, what it does is a compendium with all the rules, lore, adventure, all the tools like character builders and digital character sheets, official content, and
that's amazing.
Right. So, and you use all the source books and all of that. Use any of the published material. And so the great thing about it is I believe it runs $3.99 for the player version, or the DM version, which you can, I believe, actually share, is $7.99, and it's per month, so it's a monthly service.
But see, that's not bad.
It's not, because the books are damn expensive.
I mean, you're not even going to cover a book in a year.
Yeah, exactly. So, and especially if you're sharing it, no, it's really useful. We've not gotten it yet. I would not mind getting it just for a trial purpose to see how it runs. Maybe get it for our D&D group, see something that we want to utilize.
Right.
So yeah, that's really big. And also, when you think about it, when you're out looking for different material, sometimes you can get some viruses, and you know what?
Yeah.
A cleric's cure curse isn't going to do anything on that.
We try. It doesn't work. But this is monumental.
Yeah.
It really is. And I mean, you're going to have the people out there with the glasses nerds. I don't need to pay for the book.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to pay them a subscription. You're going to pay them a subscription.
No, it's fine. Because, I mean, we have, because my husband and I have been playing for so long, I mean, between the two of us, we have 2 shelves of books everywhere from my original PH, which has the cover falling off, and the old deities and demigods that has the Cthulhu myths and the Melnibonian,
right?
To the modern stuff. But you know what? That's a few $1,000 there,
right?
And if I can, especially think about books are $50.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to pay $50. I don't want to have to, if we're running a real in-person game, say, hey guys, would you mind chipping in?
And it's the passing around of the books, and this person doesn't have it, so maybe we have some PDFs on Google Drive. Nobody would ever do that. But no, I mean, we only have 1 copy of the Player's Guide for D&D 5th edition.
Right. And then you loan it to somebody so they can make their character, and then they happen to be drinking a craft beer and spill it on the Paladin page, or, whatever.
I had somebody making a mage once, and I loaned them my very own mage book, and they were making it with the character sheet on top of the book, and they're filling it in with pen, and it's leaked through and drew on my mage book. And
where'd you hide the body?
Nobody's found it yet. I can't really disclose.
Good. Okay, good.
But yeah, that's what happens when you have these books.
Yeah, and you'll they're so expensive because it used to back in the day we'd have a copy to loan and a copy to do this. You can't do that anymore. Because it's $50 pop.
And disposable income is not what we have right now. We're mothers. We have
We're
no
mothers.
money.
Exactly. And time and sleep and
Anything but nice lipstick. I mean, let's be real.
we do have that. We do. And really great eyebrows.
Yeah, see? Fashioned. That's if I can do anything, it's apparently go get eyebrows done. But it's like truthful. Like I don't have time and money to be buying all these books again.
Right. Especially they get change editions or whatever.
We have all the 4th edition books. We have them all, and nobody ever wants them because it's 4th edition.
Yeah, we have them. I think we actually might have 2 copies of some of them.
Yeah, you're like, why did I do this?
Right.
But this is a game changer. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
I think. And that leads into, on my side, the World of Darkness side.
Yes.
So you have D&D Beyond. And this launched on the 11th, so last week is the 11th, I believe. And World of Darkness released the Storyteller's Vault. Now, this is White Wolf. Everybody knows about World of Darkness. White Wolf initially was the publisher. Now you have Onyx Path Publishing, who does everything. So they're kind of one and the same. But White Wolf released Storyteller's Vault. And it basically allows you to create vampire fiction, only vampire right now, and sell it to others. So you make a world. You make a world in Pittsburgh. Just saying it because I live here.
Definitely.
And you have an awesome Malkavian prince who is set to bring demons on Earth.
We're not supposed to talk about Al that way. He gets offended.
Oops. But it's true. You have all these characters you made. You have a great running city. You have some gargoyles thrown in there. And it can be any of the editions, 1st, 2nd, revised, and 20th, which I think is really neat because they're not pigeonholing themselves into the newest stuff, which is what you find a lot of.
Yeah, very much. Well, like D&D, it's only the 5th ed, so yeah, definitely. That's great.
Exactly. So you can make money off this stuff, and I think that's really neat.
That is a great idea.
If I were to ever put my WOD game on something like that as like, here's my city, I don't know if I'd really want money for it because I think it's more like the sharing of greatness. Like you could come
It'd
watch.
It'd be really cool though.
It'd be cool. But you could come watch my WOD podcast and be like, let's write down this name. There's that Aisha name. There's Steven. But you could.
We could, but it'd never go into that sandwich shop.
Ever.
Ever.
The worst sandwich shop ever.
It's okay. It's no longer standing.
But it's neat that you can do this. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people doing it. And I want to I have access to it. I signed up for it and everything, like big betaed it. And it's neat. Like there's a whole like bloodlines people were making.
That's great because there's a lot of thing about it when you talk about house rules and specialty created worlds and all of that. The fact that the publisher is recognizing that and giving the option to have access to. Because I don't know about you, but I've had DMs, Drew included, that have done a lot of stuff on their own, either with existing worlds or making their own worlds.
Right.
So it's really great that Onyx Path is giving that option where people can share that. And as a creator, it's great that you're able to share it. Oh,
and it's the ability to share that with a wide audience instead of just posting it, on the D&D Facebook page. For example, that's nice. I like that idea. And I think people will use it, and I hope they do. I hope it broadens into Mage, and I hope it brings it into Werewolf, and you can share all these great tools with each other. So I'm excited.
And NPCs, histories, what have you. Yeah, very much so. It's a great. I did notice also on there with the vault they had where you can easily buy the PDFs of the different source books, which is great as well.
Yeah, they've been selling them on Drive-Thru RPG. Yeah. But you can bet them. I'd rather give the publisher it than have to cut Drive-Thru RPG and then the publisher, because publishers they're not D&D. They're not Wizards. They're not. Yeah. They don't have the money that the D&D brand carries. So you bring up to somebody, hey, have you played World of Darkness? It's like asking somebody if they want to visit your Lord and Savior, Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's like. And they're like, okay.
Okay, strange person.
Step away. Have you seen my World of Darkness tattoo? It's really awesome. Have you seen it? Do you know what this is? That's how I feel like when I'm talking to somebody about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we go back to the jerks.
The jerks.
You don't know what that really means. Anyways.
So this brings us like totally in full circle. So last week we mentioned how the idea of virtual gaming versus in-person gaming has completely changed since we first started playing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously you celebrated your 40th of gaming. So
Well, 40th
for you...
of geeking and my 30th of gaming next month.
See? Like that's... The changes you've seen in this is like amazing.
Yeah.
Because you probably only did table stuff till when?
Until the last actually last year.
Yeah, wow. Like it's so exciting.
So here's like my thought on gaming, and I like where gaming is now, because I tend to go between MMORPGs or RPGs. If I'm doing one, I'm not really doing the other.
Right.
And when I was thinking about it, is an MMORPG is like TV. It's always there.
Yeah.
Or a movie or a video or something you have easy access, digital access to. It's always there. It's there when you want it.
Right. Right.
D&D or tabletop RPGs used to be, it's not even like a movie. It's like a theater. You have to make time. You have to make plans. You have to make sure everything's ready. You have to make sure you have everything, blocked out. No other distractions. In my case, you need to make sure everyone's fed.
True.
You need to make sure you have every single thing. So tabletop, it's like going to see a play.
Yes.
And if you're the DM, it's like throwing a play or it's putting on a play. Where I think the state of gaming right now is it's like going to the movies. You're going to grab some friends to do it, and you're going to pick your time to do it. But it's not a huge production.
Right.
You don't have to make sure that the house is clean or make sure that you have enough food to feed a group of nerds.
Right.
Or make sure that you have the entire day blocked off.
Right. Exactly. And because you never know who wants to stay over after the game's over. And they could be there for 8 hours and your mom could get really, really mad.
Yeah. Yeah, like, that's never happened. Yeah. Or you can decide just to keep playing, and around 8 in the morning, you break it up.
Exactly. Exactly.
Never did that either. Or you can leave at 8 in the morning and say, hey, guys, I got to go to work. And then you get off of work, and they're still playing.
Yeah. That's never, ever happened.
God, I miss those days.
I do, too.
Yeah.
Like weekend-long gaming sessions, you go on a Friday, and you're not done till Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a great time to be alive.
It really was.
I also don't know how I lived. Like, I'm unsure.
On pizza, Doritos, Dr. Pepper, and...
Yeah, we 2 liters. 2-liter bottles to the table. That's what you drank all day long. It's so gross.
It really...
It's so gross.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing that we survived all that. And it was great. But we can't do that anymore.
Mm-mm. And people today don't do that anymore.
No.
They don't.
Like if you have a day-long session, it's bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But the ability to take 4 hours and get online and play with people who have the same passions as you and the same ideals, because like I said, it's hard to find people in your area that like to game like you do.
Right.
It's nigh impossible. There's always going to be somebody that's like, well, when I run my game. Exactly. Yeah. It's happens everywhere. It's not an isolated incident.
It is. And I think as much as I hate it, I think because you do have that, our hobby is a little more male dominated. Yeah. Like I wouldn't be comfortable looking at, I want to look on Craigslist to find a game. Because some people have suggested that.
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm not going to show up to someone's house that I don't know.
Right. With my lemon bars.
Right. Exactly.
In my 2-liter.
lemon bars.
Non-ironic lemon bars in a 2-liter. That's what I'm like. No, I'm not going to do it. I've had people tell me, put a flyer up.
No.
In a gaming store and mention you're a girl. And I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that does not sound like a great idea.
No.
So virtual gaming those changed that a lot because you can do things like, in our case, our group's really interesting because you guys are all in the Pittsburgh area,
Yes.
approximately, right?
Yeah.
I think
Everybody is. Yeah.
Clay's, yeah,
He's a little outside.
um, yeah, within a few hours of each other. And then Matt's like, "Hey, they asked me to play D&D. Can I bring my buddy in with me?" And I'm in Phoenix. I'm a 3 hour flight away. I am a 3 hour time difference away.
Yeah.
But because of the connectivity, we can actually all play together.
It's great.
It really is. It's great. And, you know, being able to make connections, talk to people, and find people with similar gaming styles.
Yeah.
Because I know, for me, I'm in a few different virtual groups. One of which I met through the Tadpool. Was a Tadpool organized game. That's great. Another one on Sunday nights. Ours is my favorite, by the way.
We won't tell anybody.
I won't. But you know, it's with one of my gaming buddies, Mills, and people he's all played with, but they're spread out through through different parts of the country now.
Yeah.
And this was the quite funny of the DM popping up. Hey, Ravenloft is kind of written PG-13. What do you think about doing like an R-rated? And when I then responded to Mills, I'm like, that was for me, wasn't it? Yep.
Yep.
Yep, because there's a girl gaming.
Well, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's really great though. So we have a lot of tools where we can play virtually, and it's really changed the way it is. You can find people online now easier.
Yeah.
Roll20 has, and we'll talk about that great tool. Roll20 has game finders. You can use like Meetup.com for game finders.
Yeah. Even Facebook groups.
Yeah, exactly. We're that huge D&D group, and yeah.
And there's people that are really awesome in that group.
Yeah.
You can be like, I could see myself playing with this person. I agree with what they're saying.
And then there's some people like, oh, I would never play with you because you seem like a jerk.
Yeah. Oh, you killed one of your PCs? That's nice. I'll take that game invite.
Exactly. Because the guy didn't show up. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, that's also another thing I like about the virtual is the showing up aspect. So I know when we played in person, if somebody couldn't come, they felt horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like because of work or whatever. And it really made a difference in what happened. Like in virtually, Matt couldn't come the one time because he was at Quest and we shoved him in a whorehouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy peasy. However, I feel like there's a different sort of flow when it's in person. I feel the DM sort of tries to take on more of that character. And I've seen it happen. I've seen the DM actually play an NPC, like a PC a little bit. They text, oh, what do you think that you do now? And like, there's more that pressure to be present.
Definitely. Yeah.
And that's not healthy. I have kids. I can't be present all the time.
And so, hey, you don't feel great. It's regular D&D night. You don't feel great. You're tired. You don't feel like going to the DM's house, or in your case, if you're hosting, you don't feel like having people over. However, it's a lot easier to say, you know what? I'll log in for 2 hours and I'll see how I feel.
Right. And if you need to leave, you leave.
You can leave. Exactly. Yeah, no, I love that. I love that about that. So like I said, there's a lot of really great tools out there. We use Roll20.
For the D&D.
Which is for D&D. You can buy modules on Roll20 if you want. There's different. I think we mostly use it for the connectivity and if we need to look at a map.
That's pretty much all we really use it for. But I know there are games that run solely out of Roll20.
No, so both the other campaigns I'm in that are module based are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So everything's so you can pull up the correct map. Our Strahd game he bought the deluxe version, so he has like the great lighting and all of that. So you could throw up pictures of the characters very easily from the official sources,
which is nice.
Right. And now you still have to buy the modules through Roll20, but it's $20 instead of however much.
Right.
Which is great. Or you can do it like we do it, where we actually just are using it for the map piece of it. So we can make sure stuff's placed correctly when we use it, or so we can look over here's what's in front of you.
Right. And that's nice to have. And it's nice to have for WAD too. I just literally don't have the time to set that all up because you don't. It's manual.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you go. I mean, I think you probably can go in there and hit a button and there's a map, but
You can. But yeah, it's great because they also, I know they do have things, they do have WAD. Roll20 is tons of different games you can actually access through there.
So I should look at it more for WAD. I just don't. I use it as like a dice roller.
Yeah.
Shh. Remy, shut. Guys, this is what happens with Remy. Yeah, but it's one of those weird things where you're just like, I could definitely run my game through it.
Yeah.
But like I know Clay uses it as a dice roller.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not one of those DMs that you can't roll like you don't have to roll and I have to see it. Like I don't care about that.
Right.
Some people are like that though, where they only want your rolls to be, which is where like the rolling apps come in, because there's dice apps on your phone or on the computer that you could easily use.
Right, definitely. I love about our game though is because we actually can use our dice.
I know.
And every character needs their own dice.
My special dice.
Make sure that you're the only one that touches those anymore.
I know. I'm glaring.
She's really cute though. She's really pretty though.
Thank you. But she touched my dice.
I said that. Yeah.
She was really being helpful.
Yeah.
And it just crashed and
she's half
burned.
DM'd, and the DM half of her DNA got on the dice.
It crashed and burned. I was like, oh, why am I rolling ones?
I throw up. It's in my hair.
I pass out and die. Oops.
No.
That's what I felt like was going to happen. I was like, if I see one more one, I'm throwing. It was every dice I was rolling was just nope.
Yeah.
4. Yeah. Who rolls a 4? Me. Apparently.
Actually, me, because that was mine.
It's just what it is, though. But I don't know. Like, I feel weird using dice apps.
They have their uses. And where they have their uses, and this is another great way to play, by the way, is either via Google Docs.
Ah, yes, the Google Docs play.
So you can do a written game where it's all text based, or a while back, actually, Matt and I, we weren't using Google Docs. We were actually sending the email back and forth. But now we would use it via Google Docs, where there was things that you did have to make perception checks and stuff.
That's neat.
So yeah, I would be doing it when I was supposed to be working. So instead of picking up the dice and rolling it at work, I would just pull up my dice app, and I had
nice.
Because we're gamers, we have game superstitions. I would have different dice for different characters.
Of course, why not?
So then I would roll that.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And then if needed, I would send a picture.
Do you guys still do that?
No, we don't. That it was we did it for a few months. It was great. Actually, if we ever sit down and write, it'll actually be a book.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome and fun.
Yeah. I'm working on making a world, and I just don't have time for that right now.
Yeah, I get it.
Because we started in Forgotten Realms, and I realized it'd be great for a book, and then that means we need to transform everything into a game world or a book world.
Right. And I was sitting here thinking about virtual gaming, and there is one time when I was younger that virtual gaming was very prevalent, and that is what you reminded me of is text-based RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some. I mean, I've met friends there that I still talk to this day.
Cam actually ran a MUD for many years.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
With our friend Paul at college.
That's awesome. That's awesome. They were so fun. They were just really a fun time. Like a fun game to play in.
And talk about, player or gamer created content.
Exactly. I keep wanting to start one.
Yeah.
Like start a Discord that has a text-based Discord, which you can have rooms if you want to chat with other people. But, one is the bar, one is City Hall, like things like that, and build a world on a Discord channel. And I think you could have a great and fun text-based game.
Yeah. And if you would look at like the Google Doc or Google written game idea, by the way, I can send you our Dresden game, which has been going on for a year now.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
That's more collaborative writing as compared to a game.
Hey, that's fine. That's
great. It's fun. But yeah, if you ever decide to do that with the Discord, let me know, because that would be a blast.
I think you could have a lot of fun with it. I think you make, you have like a few people that are not DMs, but what do you want to call
creators.
them? Creators. You know, maybe I create a bar and this person creates a library, and this is different things that are going on in those situations. And you can even have live times where you're on creating content.
Yeah.
It could be like the library's open from 8 to 9 every other Thursday.
Yeah.
And people come there and do things that are...
That's a fun idea. It's a real fun idea.
I thought it might be fun.
Yeah.
If you like it, let me know. Tweet me. Maybe I'll start it.
Yeah, you should.
Tweet me. Woo.
Woo! All right, so those tools. There's Fantasy Grounds. I've never used it.
I have used it.
How is it? Because I've not.
So we played in a version where we connected to a server, and I don't know if that's how it always is, but there were some times where we had trouble connecting, so that was kind of weird. But I really, really liked it. It's just like Roll20, but of course it's the Fantasy Ground world. The ability to have music in the background. So it's pretty much the exact same thing. But I liked the system. I liked the character sheet tool. Granted, I have not used the Roll20 character sheet tool, so I cannot judge.
The Roll20 one's good.
And I like
that. Yeah.
But I do think sometimes it added up my my characters wrong.
In the good way or the bad way?
Oh, in a good way.
Okay, good.
Or maybe I just read things wrong. I don't know. But, you know, it just happened. It was like, oh, well, I think that stat's wrong. I'm going to let it go.
Yeah.
I have no verification. I trust this character sheet creator. Right? So cool, I have had that. I have played in that system. A
buddy of mine, uses that for his game.
Oh, does he? Does he like it?
And he really likes it. I said I've not played it. I've only done Roll20 for that interface, but no, he really does enjoy the Fantasy Grounds.
That's excellent. Yeah. But there's going to be more. I think that this is just the beginning with the D&D Beyond, and I think that there's going to be more.
I hadn't read it, but I saw a headline today, and I did not have time to paste into the doc, that just said after 40 years, D&D is finally cool.
Huh.
I mean, it's always been cool.
I think that it's always been cool, but
yeah,
you know,
exactly. We push our glasses up our nose so high that we bruise the bridge of our nose.
But yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right though. I think we're seeing stuff emerging. We're seeing people that grew up with it making the tools to encourage new players, old players. It really is an interesting time.
Yeah,
I think things like the 20th anniversary editions of the World of Darkness stuff, using the best of the best.
Yeah.
5th edition of D&D, where it's making it considerably more streamlined than it was from 3 to 4.
Oh, way more, yes.
But then if you want that more active, more customability of 3.5, you can go Pathfinder. So it really is an interesting time for gaming.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's so much it's going to happen.
Also, as longtime gamers, my kid plays.
That's awesome.
You know, Sunday when I bought my new dice for Hades, she bought her new dice for the school year because she wants to play a druid in the D&D club.
I was going to say, do they have D&D club at their school?
They have D&D club and cosplay club.
Really?
Yeah, the stuff I got teased about when I was a kid, there's clubs for now.
That's not fair.
I know.
I dressed up as a vampire.
Yeah, right? I may have dressed as one of the student rebels from Les Miserables in college way too much.
That's okay. That's okay. Now it's cool. See,
now it's cool, right?
Geeky, dorky things are now cool.
Right.
And I think that's interesting.
More into the realm of normal.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have like 5 minutes left. We still have to ask you a question.
Ooh, yes.
But if you have an idea for a show next week, please let us know. One day I think we need to cover superhero movies because man, has that changed the world.
It really is. That is one of the reasons why geeking's cool. So if we don't get an idea, we don't come up with something, I say we discuss that.
But tweet us, tell us your ideas.
Definitely. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
At Serindre on Twitter. I'm there, hanging out.
Also the Geek and Geeklets.
Twitter
Facebook, works as well.
everywhere.
Facebook, everywhere the geeks are made. I almost said sold. Like, no, we're not in there. There's no slavery. I'm Cyberwave. You can tweet me as well. Definitely want some ideas. Also, Trey had a really interesting question that was put out on Twitter. What do you think about music in the background of a game stream?
So a lot of people said no, and they gave reasons, and I get it because it kind of distracts from. And I think that they're right. So think of our D&D and our World of Darkness streams, 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours. Each time we record, I have to edit it in the podcast and listen to lots of. I can't listen to the whole thing.
Right.
So if something offends you, I need to delete it. I don't care. But like, I just can't. I can't do it. So to listen to every moment and know exactly when music would be able to come in would be killing me. So it would have to be like one of those free, like, D&D music while you play kind of things.
Yeah.
But would it match up perfectly?
No.
It could be like the Betrayal of Eldrazi, and it could be playing Baba Black Sheep for all I know.
Right. Or we used to we used to D&D with 5 musicals on random.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So sounds to me then probably, unless it was planned appropriately where the right songs were playing at the right time, maybe not the best bet.
Yeah, I agree. And I liked all the comments and the feedback we got. So keep it up, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Good job. So I asked a question last week about books.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a question for us this week?
You know what? I do, because since we're talking about gaming and I need you to put your way back hat on.
Adjusted.
What was the first character you ever played in an RPG?
Tabletop or video game?
Tabletop.
Oh, easy. If you watch World of Darkness, you'll know my very first character was Ava Moreau. She was a Cult of Ecstasy mage. I was 14 years old.
Oh, God.
What's funny is her last name is Moreau, and Matt Monroe, our wonderful, you know him as Remy from WAD, he helped me make my character.
Oh, my gosh.
And his friend, whose name I cannot remember, made this other mage who was my, like, guide. And he drove a pink Camaro. And we had the best time. So it's evolved because Ava became involved with Matt's character, like, in a side. He wasn't even there. But like storyline based.
It was the character.
Storyline based. They had a baby who ended up being my next character I played. So like it's come full circle, and now her dad, which is his character, got killed in my WAD game, and now he's playing as a new guy. So it's like this weird thing. But I remember I met my friend Nate, who passed away 2 years ago. That's where I met him, was there, and I will never forget that. I met him, and I met a friend Fry. Like, there's people that I have never stopped talking to that I met there. It was awesome.
Definitely. So, that's great.
Yes, Eva. You have a place in my heart, you evil bitch.
The big bad.
The big bad.
The big bad. And I do love the fact that a 14-year-old chose a culty.
She was a prostitute.
I'm sure she was. What am I
she
talking about?
was. It says on her character sheet.
It's like, I'm just going to take all these really inappropriate things and put them into this character.
I did. It was a fun time. So how about you?
So I was also 14 years old. 15? 15. I'm sorry. I was 15. And her name was Shellen Lyons.
I love it.
And this was D&D. She was first edition. She was a gray elf wizard.
That's awesome.
And she reminds me a bit of Addie. She was about 4'11".
Was she good?
She was chaotic good.
I wish I was chaotic good. Don't tell Drew.
I know. But she was very, like Addie, she was very, very inquisitive. She had a mouth on her. Wow, imagine that.
Surprise.
So this was hilarious, though, because I was in sophomore of high school, just started sophomore year. I look over. I'm in geometry. And this guy seemed kind of sweet and nice, which is really funny because after I knew him for like 2 days, I'm like, no. But, we became really good friends. But he was reading, like one day he was reading a fantasy novel. And then like the next day he was reading the DMG.
Oh, the DMG.
And I'm like, and I just jokingly said, D&D, that's for nerds. Just to be silly. And he looked at me, do you want to play?
Because you're a girl.
Do you want to play? Like, yeah, actually, I would love to.
That's
Do you know anyone
awesome.
else who wants to play? Like, yes, I do. So I show up at the library. So we make plans. I show up at the library a few days later after school with 4 females,
That's
myself
awesome.
included.
That's
So
awesome.
our first D&D party was, and now it's during the Dragonlance. Dragonlance was huge. So my character wasn't based on Dragonlance. I started reading them later in the year. But my best friend was Percival Whitman, big dumb fighter, because we had to have a male. Ryan insisted that we had at least one male in the party.
Well, of course.
The other 2 were so based off of Dragonlance characters, they had the names.
That's awesome.
We had Lorana, and she was our cleric. And I'm pretty sure our rogue was Golden Moon.
That's
or whatever. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
What a great memory.
It really was. It really was. And then like Keek and I started like developing our characters' backstories together. And even though he was a big dumb human, she was a elf. They were raised together. And
That's awesome.
yeah. So she's always gonna hold a place in my heart.
They always do. Sometimes you play them again and turn them evil.
Yes, because Eva's not a nice woman.
That's okay.
Okay, her daughter's mostly nice.
Mostly nice, just crazy. There's
Yeah,
a difference.
well, crazy can be nice.
There's a difference. Just saying.
Crazy can be nice.
That's the best story. I can't wait till my daughter's old enough to play. Like
Yeah,
she could do like little things now, but when she gets, that's great. I'm so excited.
Yeah, when Remy comes home and says, I want to, when you take Remy out to buy her first dice and roll up her first character, it's amazing.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Oh, I can't wait. So it is 9:00.
Ooh, what are you going to do tonight?
Perception. I'm going to play more Perception to try to do chapter 3. I don't know if I told you what it's about. It's you're blind.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horror game, and you have a cane, and you can echolocate, and none of it makes sense. So I'm going to state this. None of this makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense. So you use your cane to echolocate things, and you're trying to solve, you had a dream, and you're trying to solve these 3 things in your dream in this house.
That's pretty cool.
There's a lot of jump scares.
Yeah.
Half the time you just spend in the dark because after you're
blind.
Well, yeah, but like when you echolocate, it turns blue in random areas. However, if you do that 3 times, halfway through a chapter, creatures start coming to attack you. So you only do it once before they start making the noise, and I think that is a huge disadvantage.
It is. It definitely is.
I was like, this is stupid. But I digress. I still play it. But thank you so much for joining me in our Mothers of Geeks.
Thank you. Oh, and we should probably discuss a new day.
A new day.
Yeah,
We're doing our new day. We're doing our new day.
Well, at least next week we're doing Wednesday.
I think we're going to do Wednesday, though, right?
I think so, too. I think Wednesday works.
Wednesday works.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so same time. Looks like we're going to be doing Wednesday. And definitely if you have any show suggestions, let us know.
Please let us know. I think Line Dog had one, but we already had our choice. He wanted to know about if we're Doctor Who fans, which I know some, not a lot about it.
I am a Whovian.
I won't call myself a Whovian, but I will say I love 9 and 10.
Yeah.
And he wants to know what we think of the new choice.
I like it a lot.
So we could definitely talk on that a lot.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, definitely.
So that's one of them. But Sue, send us your questions.
Yes.
We'll be here. And I'll stop the stream. I'll be back about 10-15 minutes to do Thriller Thursday.
And I'm going to eat some Indian food.
Delicious. Good night, everybody.
Night.